Today's tutorial is on painting with acrylic paint, and the main lesson that we're going to learn is how to use a limited palette. Now the best way to get a grip on color mixing is to limit yourself to 3 primary colors. So from this exercise, you'll be able to understand how to create a wide range of secondary and tertiary colors. With the additional of white, you can introduce pastel tints as well. So we're going to choose a very simple subject which features bold colors and 2 or 3 elements of varied shape and scale. So I have drawn a piece of still life. It's a very simple shape. It's an apple, a lime, and also a bunch of bananas. Now, the palette will include a mid red and yellow and a dominant blue and cyan to create a strong green for the line. Now, so later on you will need 3 main brushes. You have these 3 brushes. You have the flat brushes. Alright, so you can use acrylic paper if you have it. Otherwise, any paper would do, as long as it's drawing block paper. Be careful not to mix it too wet, otherwise your paper will become soggy. Alright, so make sure you have titanium white, a cyan, processed cyan kind of blue, and cadmium red, or for this is primary magenta. It is close to cadmium red, and also we have cadmium yellow, right? So these are some of your. Also get ready your palettes. Now I usually use porcelain plates for my palettes for acrylics because I can easily wash and scrape them off. If you're going to use a plastic palette, it will be difficult because it will stick to the acrylic. Is basically plastic, so it will stick to the plate and therefore you can't reuse them. Okay. Otherwise, after you have finished drawing a very rough shape on the paper, you don't have to be very exact, and you also don't have to erase all the lines that you have created, the double lines and all, because these will all be covered. You're good to go. Alright, we're going to start soon. The first layer, we are not going to mix any colors. We are just going to make sure that we have our colors on the plates. And we are going to use, we're going to start with the lightest color, which is yellow. We're going to get a base layer, just by now you should know that painting is really about layers, and usually the first layer you won't feel that it's very good and it's a bit rough, it looks a bit ugly. That's totally fine. Okay. Now I'm not mixing any color at all. I'm basically just putting a layer of yellow for the banana. Okay, next up is red. Very quickly, I'm just gonna paint a layer of red. Now the great thing is acrylic is very forgiving. Once it dries, fairly quickly you'll be able to rework at it again. Now you need to apply with the big brush the blue cyan background. Now take note that acrylic also dries really fast. The way for you to blend very smoothly is actually to use a retarder. Now, otherwise, acrylic is best to create a lot of interesting layers of colors, right? I'm going to very quickly wash over with cyan. Take note that is fairly diluted. Going to put some strokes of shadows here. For those of you that you have seen my watercolor tutorial, you'll realize that the kind of strokes we use for this is really quite different from when we are acrylic is quite different from, and we are going to do it, create texture here. Don't worry too much about whether it really looks like a banana or in this moment. Alright, so after we have come to this point, I will leave it to dry for a while before I will go to the next layer. Okay, so now this is dry and we are going to add a second layer. We're going to have our 3 primary colors. We're going to mix this and this to get the green of the line, and we're going to mix this blue and red to get some sort of a purplish red for the shadows of the apple and also shadows of the apple over here. And we're gonna mix this and this to get an orange that we will be using in this part of the apple here. Okay, so again, you don't have, the whole idea of this exercise is to mix colors and to realize that the 3 primary colors can create a spectrum of colors to add depth using acrylic painting. And because acrylic dries really fast, so if you want to blend, it's really difficult to blend. So what we are focusing on is really the mixing of colors and patches of colors to bring depth and to increase the texture of the painting. If you want to blend really smoothly, then the easier way is to either use oil color or to use a retarder so that it's easier to blend, it doesn't dry as fast. But acrylic has this beautiful texture that you can create using different brightness of colors, which we will show you today. Alright guys, so after you have mixed the secondary colors, this is the secondary color 1. And last but not least, your secondary color, purple. There you go. You have your secondary colors. Now, so what happens when you mix your primary colors? Your secondary colors. If you're gonna get a little bit more yellowish green, you're gonna take a little bit of this and you're gonna take a little bit of that and you're gonna mix it, and there you have a yellowish green, which is what we're going to apply on here and here to kind of have more depth and highlight. Likewise, we're going to add a bit more yellow to the secondary color to create a tertiary color, which is